This week, it's all about expenses versus revenues in order to optimize profits. This week, it's all about applying the balance between making money and potentially losing money. And how do we get there? Well, we'll look at the expenses that we have versus the revenues that could be and will be and are generated. The idea here is to adjust production costs in order to optimize the profit potential and accomplish also the application of industry standard fees and expenses that can help us deal with production costs effectively. We'll learn about budgeted line items, some of the general ranges. We'll talk about how we can adjust these budgeted line items in a meaningful way without impacting the quality of our content and jeopardizing its salability. And we're looking at the various production risks, including budget overages, that can be avoided, and look at the steps how to avoid them. What can we do in order to reduce the production budget without losing or impacting the quality? And how can we look at the production risks, including budget overages, and work against that? We'll also look at the delivery elements that are important, which are elements that are delivered to distributors who buy our content. And of course, we're looking at the protection of revenues and profits, especially in view of creating an optimal recoupment schedule and an optimum expense schedule. So you will be able, after working through your week and understanding what steps you can take to reduce expenses and increase revenue potential. So in detail for you to read and watch this week are the module sections, the budget process. It's all about how we're going to put a budget together, how these line items work with each other, and what are some of the ranges in the relevant line items that we apply in our film budgets. We'll also talk about the completion bond process as well as the guild regulations. We'll talk about the budgeting in connection with the quality versus feasibility of our project. And then we'll look very closely at the funding and recoupment schedule in order to define waterfall components, including important risk mitigation contributes. This week, you're going to do the midterm. There will be a question there that is going to be very similar to the midterm prep case study that I will provide you with. And it's going to be a step-by-step video, so you can apply the same steps using, of course, the different assumptions that apply in the midterm question to then arrive at your answer in the midterm question. Then watch the guest speaker videos as always, watch the summary video so you have the essentials for this week modules, and read chapter 6, pages 146 to 168. The key activity items that are due this week will be the midterm. There may be something in the Canvas calendar for you to do additionally, but most likely there will not be because the midterm is going to be the focus for your week. Again, as a reminder, the key activity this week is your midterm. There will likely not be anything in addition to that, but make sure you look at the case study for the midterm prep in order to do one of the midterm questions and walk through them with ease.